Hello, my name is Sonali and you are watching Around the World. You might have heard of many instances of rivalry between nations. A similar case is being seen these days between America and China, in which both these countries are hell-bent on proving themselves a step ahead than other. For this, both the countries are also carrying out factionalism at different levels. Sometimes a ploy is being made to include a country in the group in the name of security, and sometimes money is used to win over a country. In this regard, none of them is less than other. Now you must be wondering, what is new in this? In fact, recently America has entered into an agreement with the Philippines. Under this, the US Army can now use 4 more military bases in the Philippines. According to the US, this agreement will help in providing rapid aid during humanitarian and natural crises in the Philippines. Apart from this, it will also prove helpful in other common challenges. But experts view this differently. According to them, this agreement is just a new step of America to surround China. At the same time, China has criticized it and said that this agreement will increase the regional tension. At the same time, it also poses a threat to regional peace and stability. Now the question arises that why is China saying this? What is it in this agreement because of which China is making such comments? Apart from this, why experts are of the view that this agreement has been made to surround China? And there is also a question that if China is considering it against itself, then why the Philippines has made such an agreement? What strategic interest is the Philippines pursuing through this? We will try to find answers to other such questions. But first of all, let us know about this agreement and its history. About 3 decades ago, Subic Bay in the northern Philippines used to be the largest overseas naval base of the United States. This base was used to conduct operations in Vietnam in the 1960s to 70s. But when it came to extending the lease in the 90s, the Senate of the Philippines rejected the lease extension. After this, it was closed in the year 1992. But more than 30 years after the closure of its major bases, America was engaged in rebuilding its military power here. In this episode, EDC agreement, that is Enhanced Defense Cooperation Agreement, was signed between the two countries. Under this, America was given the right to use 5 bases in the Philippines. But the latest agreement will make America's reach in the Philippines even wider than before. After this agreement, the US military can now use 4 more military bases in the Philippines. Originally, this agreement was made in the year 2014, but between 2016 and 2022, the former president of the Philippines, Rodrigo Duterte, had banned it. But after his retirement from politics, Ferdinand Marcos Jr. came to the Philippines as the new president. He showed interest in strengthening relations with America. Taking this as an opportunity, the US has made a recent agreement. Due to this, such speculations are being made that America will now be able to better monitor China's activities near Taiwan and in the South China Sea. However, no official information has been given about where these new US military bases will be. But it has been told that there can be 3 bases on the Luzon Island of Philippines located near Taiwan. If we look at the map of East Asia, then many military bases of America and its allies are already there on it. These military bases extend from South Korea and Japan in the north to Australia in the south. Now the question that is coming in your mind that despite the objection of China, why the Philippines executed this agreement? Actually, the Philippines has disputes with China on many issues, but there was no such major dispute between these two countries earlier. The solid foundation of the dispute was laid when in 2012, China tried to occupy the Scarborough Shoal of the Philippines. After this, the hatred of the Filipinos for China increased further when China started building artificial islands in the area. Since 2014, China has built about 10 artificial islands in this area. One of these is the Mischief Reef Island. It falls in the exclusive economic zone of the Philippines. Also, it is very close to Philippines military base. Apart from this, the Philippines also has objection to the name of South China Sea. The Philippines has been calling it the West Philippine Sea. There have been frequent allegations by strategic experts that China is redrawing the map of the South China Sea. For all these reasons, the Philippines is deeply concerned. It feels that it is not in its capacity to deal with China alone. Therefore, to compete with China in the region, it has made agreements with many countries at different levels, but its agreement with America is considered to be the most important. Well, apart from all this, there is also opposition to this agreement in the Philippines. In fact, history is replete with stories of violence and oppression by American soldiers in the Philippines. These stories are still alive in the minds of the people there. Therefore, according to reports, the leftist parties of the Philippines are opposing this new agreement. Now the question must be coming in your mind that what are these stories? What did the American soldiers do whose pain is still prevalent in the people of the Philippines? So we will answer this in another episode. Till then, if you know the answer, then tell us in the comment box. Now it is the turn of this program's Sunday special episode in which we will talk about other important international news. Recently, Japanese Foreign Minister Hayashi Yoshiyama and Chinese Foreign Minister Qin Gang spoke on a phone call. In this conversation, both the ministers have agreed to maintain close communication at all levels. Also, both have given their approval to find a way to improve bilateral relations. If reports are to be believed, in this conversation, both the countries have agreed to work towards constructive and stable relations. On the Japanese side, Hayashi raised the point that Japan is deeply concerned about China's intensified military activities. Japan is particularly concerned about the disputed Senkaku or Diaoyu Islands. At the same time, Chinese Foreign Minister Qin requested that Japan should not be instigated by right-wing forces regarding the disputed islands. Hayashi underlined the importance of peace and stability in the Taiwan Strait, while Qin asked Japan to be careful in words and actions regarding Taiwan. Recently, there has been a severe earthquake in Turkey and Syria. Due to the earthquake, there was a huge loss of people and wealth here. The intensity of this earthquake was measured at 7.7 on the Richter scale. According to eyewitnesses, the earthquake was not as severe as the aftershocks that followed. Due to this, there has been a scene of huge devastation in both the countries. According to reports, the death toll on the first day of the earthquake was around 15,000. By the way, the local NDRF team here is engaged in rescue and relief work. But globally, many countries have come forward to counter this dire situation. India is also included in these countries. India has extended a helping hand in the name of Operation Dosti. The assistance sent by India includes rescue personnel, essential items, medical equipment and dog squads, etc. The assistance done by India is being appreciated globally. A recently released United Nations report has revealed that once again the situation in Afghanistan may turn grim. According to the report, ISIS-K, that is Islamic State in Iraq and Levant, Khorasan, has threatened to launch terrorist attacks against the embassies of India, China and Iran in Afghanistan. It has been claimed that the terrorist organization ISIS-K wants to weaken the relations between Taliban and UN member states. If experts are to be believed, ISIL-K has established itself as the biggest rival of the Taliban. It wants to show that Taliban cannot provide security to the country. The current strength of ISIL-K in the Central and South Asian region is estimated at around 1,000 to 3,000 fighters. About 200 of these fighters are of Central Asian origin. Significantly, in the month of June last year, India again registered its presence in Kabul in the form of an embassy. India had deployed its technical team here. Now it's time for the practice question. The South China Sea could become a new cause of global tension? Comment. So that's all for today. Stay tuned for the next episode. Thanks for watching.